Oh, is your birthday today?
Yeah, it is actually.
What?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, it's all over my Facebook. But yeah.
Is it? It's on your Facebook. I didn't go on today.
Yeah, or whatever. I mean, yeah. We're dudes. We're not expected to really. But I appreciate that, Meryl. But there's no expectation on my part for remembering or doing anything for birthdays. You know, it's all good. I don't know.
Yeah.
At this
We'll
point,
go out for a lunch, man.
yeah, we'll do a
Buy you a
lunch.
nice lunch.
Yep. A few more years, I'll be able to get my senior discount. It'll be awesome. So yeah, I'm just gonna go after this is done. I'm gonna go with Nancy and the boys to this new pizza place.
I just got one of these guys.
Oh, you just got,
Look
yeah.
at that.
I got dude, we're the same age, Rob. I got mine a few years ago. You just got.
I was putting it off. And now that's when you know you're getting old, is when you have one of these guys.
Yeah, and I've still never used it. I've had it for a few years, and I never used it.
No, it's never left my desk. It's never been in my pocket. It's just sitting here.
I don't know what good it is.
I'm not sure exactly what to do with it yet, but I have it.
Yeah, I get like a magazine. You guys get the magazine that comes out. I don't read.
That's on paper, right?
It's got like Jerry Seinfeld on the cover or something. Yep. All right. So we're all here. Joey's here?
He's here.
Joey.
Oh.
All right.
There's no Abe, though.
No
Nope.
Abe. So today, Daijin, the Sorcerer Supreme, is being played by Andy. Who also,
You mean Hassan?
Oh, what did I say, Abe? Yeah, Hassan.
Daijin.
Oh, I said Daijin. I'm all confused. Well, because Andy is playing Hassan, the Sorcerer Supreme, and he's also playing his own character, Daijin, the Drow Elf Paladin. So he'll have his hands
I
nice.
immediately strip off my robes.
Okay. Yeah. It's off to a great start for Hassan.
Yeah,
well, also,
put him in a two-piece.
You're really going to have your hands full, Andy, because Hassan also is, because of the dragon orb that is in his possession, that he is cemented into his staff and is currently in control of. He is also in control of a yellow drake, which you can see on the map. You guys have just had an adventure. I guess we'll just officially start it. So welcome to episode 13 of Dungeons and Dudes. When last we left our intrepid heroes, they had just finished their Underdark adventure in pursuit of a devious halfling named Rickford, who has stolen their bag of holding and all their valuable belongings that go with it. And they ended up losing one of their own in the process. They have Brickford to thank for that. Joseph the elf was consumed and digested by a purple worm. But as luck would have it, they found a new member to join their party. Human Chap, the tall and mysterious wizard, with his 3 goblin acolytes that are devotees to this mysterious figure. Then who else do we have? Usk, the barbarian. No, you're not. You're a fighter. You might as well be.
I'm a fighter. Yeah.
You're very barbarian-like. And we have Heavy Yoy, the Genesee monk. We have Thorian, our ranger / druid, who is, like, at this point with the passing of Joseph, is the longest running member of this party, the OG. And the trail kind of went cold. You lost Joseph. You fell into a den of troglodytes, massacred all of them, had a deadly encounter with a drow elf named Zol with this powerful black blade that Usk wanted oh so badly, yet
And his balls.
able to retrieve either one as Zol disappeared in a cloud of darkness and vowed that he would meet us. Deliver payback for challenging him and for killing his servant, Renel. Probably not very happy about that either.
When he finds out, he won't be.
Well,
I'll still have his head.
All right, there you go. Oh, here you are. It's in the forest. It's night. It's chilly. This is mountain air. You're within a few miles of the mountain town of Ashford. You are hoping that you will find this devious halfling back in town, because you have nowhere else to go, apparently. Or you could have gone further down into the tunnels, but you chose to come back. And as you recall, Hassan had a vision as he was fighting, because each day Hassan has to fight for control of the dragon orb. And as you guys were about to come to the surface, the dragon orb tried to take control of his mind, unsuccessfully, but he saw this vision of Ashford on fire with 2 red dragons strafing back and forth, setting the town ablaze. Now, if that town was ablaze, you feel like you would probably see that even from where you're at. Because even though you can't see the town of Ashford from here, you know that it's a couple miles off, and it's night, and there's no orange glow, there's no smoke or anything like that. Unless it happened like, a day ago or something, and it's just ashes. That's always possible too. You just don't know. So there you go. The scene is set.
Can you refresh my memory? Why did Hassan call the Drake? I can't remember. Did he?
No, the Drake was sitting out there because when you guys went in, like at this point, almost 2 days ago, he told the Drake to wait here.
If he can't communicate with Drake, he can just order it around.
Yeah, he could telepathically tell. I mean, it's not that much above an animal intelligence. So you could command it mentally, and within a mile, he can command it and to do whatever he wants. He could say kill or fly or anything like that.
Can you see through the Drake's eyes or?
Nope.
Okay, so we could send it ahead to scout the town to see if it. What condition is.
But it won't really be able to report back to you, with
that's why you kind of need to see it
unless you can understand Drake, like Lassie's owner, It's like, what?
Yeah. Do they speak the dragon language? Or is it, you said they're just animals. They don't really speak a language.
Yeah, they're not
such.
dragons.
You can carry 2 of us, right? Like if 2 of us want to go ahead?
Yes, you could get on and write it,
How about Hassan and could get on the back of the Drake, and then I'll lead the rest of the party back on foot.
I was going to suggest Kala and Smarmy.
Smarmy's like, yes, I like that.
As a joke. Never mind. That's great.
Kala.
Daijin and Hassan.
Actually,
I'm game for that.
Yeah. Okay, so who and Hassan? Daijin and Hassan? So you're all like one player, basically?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Dice on. That's it, basically.
All right. Tell me how you're going to do this. You're going to get on. You're going to fly off.
And then, we're going to scout the area. And then, Thorian, you're going along?
Oh, I
hear you say?
I could go along. I think only 2 people can ride it. Yeah. Is that right?
No, I thought you were transforming or something like that. Okay. No, that's fine.
Thorian will lead the rest of us back because he can guide people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's not like a clear path leading from this cave to the town.
Oh, but I'll try to retrack our steps.
You can use your survival skills to get there in the most direct fashion. So you can roll for that.
Okay.
It's like, about an hour-ish at a regular pace.
I'm gonna ask guidance from my patron deity, so I can add 1 to 4 onto that.
Okay. To your survival roll?
But yeah, I'm gonna cast guidance.
Yeah, and also, don't you have an ability that you can get through difficult terrain quicker?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Won't hinder us all.
Okay. So yeah, I'd just say with your abilities, the thicker areas that are full of brush and bracken, and you'll be able to negate all that and just get there within an hour. As long as you keep your path true, so just go ahead and roll that survival roll. It's not difficult, so like a 10 or better is fine. Okay, yeah, no problem. But getting there in more like 20 minutes is going to be the Drake and Hassan and Daijin. How are you approaching? As you get up, you can start to see his Ashford nestled between 2 mountains. You see the wooden gate on this side of the small town. You see the orange firelight from homes and structures within in the distance.
Okay.
It's not, so it seems to be intact. You're going to keep heading towards it?
I'm going to keep heading towards it, and then I'll double back. I don't want to get too far ahead of everybody.
How close are you going to get to the town before you double back? You're about 2.5 miles away.
Yeah, I'll get to like a mile away.
Okay, so we'll keep a pretty good distance.
Yeah.
And then you'll circle back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just check on everybody, report what I saw.
All right. So I'd say you're over half. Dorian has led them over halfway there for the time you circle back and give your report.
And I'll fly back and try and trace where their path will be, and I'll get as close to. You said that is it some type of thing that I'm looking through? Like, what is it? Mountains or two? Is it like a valley area? It's a valley. I want to basically find a place to camp out, like close to just about there. Actually, no, I take that back. I want to go right up to the edge of the what I can see without anybody trying to see me. So maybe if that means going as high as I can.
Oh, you're going to get back up in the air after you report back to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're going
do some recon before the rest of the group arrives.
All right, so you're going to fly over the town? You're getting to
the
town
but
now?
Very high up cloud. If there's any cloud cover.
How many?
And then what time is it? Daytime? Where are we at now?
Nighttime.
Is it night?
Yeah, it's nighttime.
Nighttime.
How many hundreds of feet above the town are you flying?
As close to the clouds as I can, if there's any cloud cover.
Very little.
But if that's
cloud,
tens of thousands of feet.
Yeah, and very little. There's very little cloud cover, and the nearest clouds are. I mean, you could go up there. It's hard to tell it's a cloud, or probably several miles up. In which case, the town would be super tiny.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not looking to do that. Possibly 3/4 of a mile up, maybe.
Okay. So not really that close to pick out individuals very well or details of the town. Okay. Yeah. So you can't. It's hard to say. It's nighttime. Well, you have night vision, but it is nighttime. You're pretty far up. You could see. You just know from experience there's that wooden gate, and there's a couple towers at that wooden gate, and from experience there's probably someone manning those gates into the town. The town itself, you don't see a lot of activity. It's not super late. It's like, I don't know, 8 p.m.-ish or so. The moon is waxing. It's not full, but it's, there's some moonlight. So you just imagine that it's not totally dead down there. So, they're not necessarily, the town can't really probably see you that well, but you in turn can't necessarily see what's going on in the town that well either. But there's no fires, it's intact, you can see that much.
Okay. All right, so nothing out of the ordinary. All right, is there farmland or anything around? Like, grazing cattle or anything. I want to kind of feed this drake and then kind of let him chill somewhere.
Yeah, well, yeah, all the cattle is kept within the gates just because of the problems that we're having with the drakes. And the only thing outside the town that's living besides wildlife or whatever else is out there is that other old halfling that is the uncle of Brickford, which is marked by a large willow tree on top of a mound to the right or the west of your direction when you're headed towards the town.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stay on the outskirts of the city, land with the drake, and wait for the rest of the guys to arrive.
There's trees like within maybe several hundred feet of the front gate. There are trees that it's not like a thick forest or anything. There's just spots here and there, but enough to give you some cover.
Okay. Yeah. That's where I want to be.
Okay. Are you just going to rejoin? At this point, the party's going to be approaching the town. So Thorian, you're go ahead and put your guys in the marching order that you're traveling in. You could just leave it like that if it doesn't matter to you. But, okay. Kyla's going to be near her mentor, Heavy. Okay. And I'm going to take all of you and I'm going to turn you this way because that's the direction towards the town. So something like that. So Thorian, you're coming within several hundred feet of the town within the cover of trees. Beyond that, it's more of an open plain leading up to the gates itself.
I'll try to pick the most kind of covered path getting to the walls of the city. Make sure you give us a chance to come unannounced, approach unannounced.
Okay. So are you going to move away from the front gate? Is that the idea?
So how far are we close to the gate? Or how far?
You're within about 200 feet of the front gate currently behind the tree line. And the gate curves around more to the left than the right. It curves around to the right and sort of hits a steep base of a mountain.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah.
That the town is nestled against.
Mm-hmm.
And the other gate travels around and curves around to the left a little bit farther until it also hits a craggy mountain-like.
Yeah, we have to be careful going in there because of killed Thormund. Isn't he the...
Yeah, the town maester.
Leader the town, yeah. He's probably looking out for us.
Yep.
The only friend we had was the barkeep, I think. Seemed to be on our side.
Yeah, he runs the half-elf who runs the Dead Cat's Tavern. Initially is the one that got the money together from the town itself to hire you guys to take care of the Drake raids that were happening and killing the cattle and kind of harassing the town. And you did. You went up there, you accomplished that mission.
Yep.
You found that dragon orb, and the person responsible for sending those drakes to the town, which was a mysterious gold-skinned wizard that you sent back to his own dimension. And you went back to collect, and you found all that money missing, and you traced it back to the town maester and the keep.
Yeah.
At least that's what you think.
So how does everyone want to kind of get back into the city here? I'm assuming it might be dangerous. How does everyone else feel about that?
I'm a new face, so if you want me to go in alone.
Oh, yeah.
For any reason. So we're just looking to stay there.
The town maester's name was Welford. And the half-elf owner and barkeep of the Dead Cat Tavern, his name was Nalari. And then there's not the comeliest, but certainly a friendly barmaid named Berta that this was showing some interest in.
Oh, what about if goes in and talks to the barkeep or they might be able to get us in on, maybe they know an alternate way.
Yeah, wasn't there the underground tunnel from under where the...
Oh, yeah, in the back of the tavern.
Well,
Yeah.
what happened is that tunnel was created by
That's right.
Umber
yeah.
Hulk. And
A what?
An Umber Hulk.
Oh,
And then Garlock, that black wizard who you killed, used a cone of silence so that the Umber Hulk breaking through the floorboards in the back of the tavern wouldn't make any noise, and then stole that gold and burrowed its way back to the keep. Sort of what you were able to figure out after the fact. And then you actually sent one of your guys to go investigate, and the Garlic killed him and turned him into a zombie, and then sent him back to kill you guys before you killed Garlock.
Another option, I could use a long rest because my spells are almost depleted, and there might be some spells that can help us get into the city unannounced if we could do a long rest here.
Didn't we just do a long rest?
we did a short rest, I think.
Yeah.
We did?
Mhm.
It was short.
Yeah, you did a short rest and you decided to push on, and that's why it's night. Took you about a half a day or so from where you were to get to here.
Well, I'm all for that.
How about we send Human Chap in
Yeah.
while we take a long rest, and he figures out what's going on, and then he can let us in the back way, unlock the gate, if there is a back way. Is there a back
Right.
way?
On the far
we
side
could
of the town.
We can ask the barmaid and the
Yeah.
bartender if they know of a way to get in.
You guys initially came in the front gate, and then the front gate was a much smaller gate, and that was wedged between two big rocky outcroppings attached to the mountain. It was just this small little gate that was guarded. There's also a not really a river, but more of a stream that runs through the town, and it runs out of the left wall that curves around. So,
So we could possibly go up the stream under the gates,
well,
or under the fence,
I mean, you could
or a wall.
You could look to see if they've fortified that area with anything.
Let's take a long rest, boys. And Human Chap, you don't need a rest, right?
Or you could rest later.
No.
I mean, you're within
You can rest later.
10 minutes of walking to the gate. So you wouldn't have to not rest. But if you do want to carry out some kind of plan where you go in to investigate, you have, like I said, it's around 8-ish, maybe not quite 8 o'clock. So you have a couple hours if needed before you...
I think
have
Human
to
Chap
rest.
and Hassan can both be very charismatic, so I'd say we just walk in.
With Hassan?
And Human Chap, yeah, we have charisma through the roof.
Right.
Sure. Let's do it.
So Hassan's going to go with
I
Human
wouldn't
Chap.
do. Yeah, Human Chap wants to meet new acquaintances.
Oh, okay. All right. So you guys go walking up to the gate?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's go, you man.
You go 100 feet or so. Details start to come out a little bit more on the gate, the two towers on either side. You can see evidence of some guardsmen up there. How is Hassan like wearing his like hooded cloak?
Hooded cloak, his cloak hooded, got that staff.
He's got that. He does have
Full magic.
that dragon orb staff. Okay. As you get within 100 feet, you hear a voice say, "Halt! Who goes there? Halt! I say."
I want to cast friends on him. He's not hostile towards me, so I have advantage on charisma checks.
Okay. DC save of 14 or more. Charisma.
We're just a group of warriors looking for a place to sleep.
You missed that. Okay. All right. We'll continue forward. And then you hear another voice say, "Wait, look at that other guy. Look at that staff. It's that wizard."
It's that wizard. Yep.
You hear some grinding gears, and you see what looks like a very large crossbow swinging around in your direction.
No.
And it fires.
It fires.
Hassan, it fired at you. For the attack roll of, oh my god, it rolled a 19.
Should we text Dave?
It goes right through Hassan and sticks him into the ground like the omen. It rolled a 9. It was 19 or 20. 19 or 20 is a crit, and a crit's impalement. So Hassan is impaled. He's gonna be so pissed.
Way to go, Andy.
Yeah, Andy, jeez, man.
So
Great idea.
And you hear the other guy. You hear the other guy say, "It's that wizard. They're back. Sound the alarm." And you see another guy along the battlement. You see him start to run over to a bell.
We need to get the hell out of here.
So what's my damage? 17?
It's 17, but you need to roll a Constitution save of 13 or more to not be stunned by the fact that you're impaled. That would be Constitution.
Do I see this?
All right, so you're not stunned. You are impaled, but you're like oh my god, this thing has gone completely through me, and you can spend this round like pulling yourself off of it, like, off of this thing.
You rolled for Daijin, not Hassan, by the way.
No, it always comes up that way. I did roll for Hassan.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I have both character sheets open, but it's always going to come up Daijin.
Yeah. So since you could, if you want, you're impaled, but you're not stunned, and if you do want to cast some kind of spell or something, you can do that, as opposed to like unimpaling yourself. So
yeah.
What are you guys doing? Are you guys doing it? What's your move? Let's roll. Actually, at this point, let's go ahead and roll. Let me make sure it's. He's not even here. His character got impaled. That's terrible.
I think the rest of us don't know this is happening, right?
No, you know it's happening. It's 100 feet away, but you hear like a, and you hear this, and you see this small figure like impaled. So you're aware.
Okay.
Oh, good work. Okay. Except you guys can't see the Gord's initiative, but it shows up on my end. So. Okay, so if we're going by initiative, human chap, you have an action at this point to do something.
I want to use my mage hand cantrip and go over that wall and feel around for like arrows.
Put that in the chat.
Where the arrows.
Put that in the chat because I don't know if you're close enough for mage hand. I don't know what the distance limitation is on that.
30 feet.
30 feet, so you're out of range for mage.
I can fly up pretty fast. Just fly up to the wall. How far are we from the wall?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you're more like 75 feet away. Maybe 70 feet away.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to help him. get him out of the ground.
Yeah, so and you do hear the one guy's running for the bell, and you did also hear a fire the other one, load up more, quickly. All right, so you're gonna help Hassan off of this thing.
I'm gonna do cast mage armor
On yourself. Okay. All right, so human chap is pulling you off of this thing.
Yeah.
And you and Hassan, you take another 25 points of damage as you leave lots of blood and stuff on that shaft as you're pulled off. Okay, but you're off and you're still bleeding. Like you need those wounds to be bound. You need some kind of healing. You've got internal organ damage, hemorrhaging happening. It's serious.
Tell me how much more damage?
You took 25 more points of damage as you're getting pulled off of this unimpaled.
Ooh.
Yep. All right, but you were off, but you're still also, what I'm saying is you're still you need medical attention. You need, at the very least, you need those wounds bound, or you need some kind of healing to stop from bleeding out.
Do you have lay on hands available, Daijin?
Daijin can do it, but I'm not. He didn't go with Hassan.
Daijin is about 120, 130 feet away.
Oh, that's right.
So we can be there if we run.
Yeah.
Are we doing a long rest though? We're not. We were supposed to rest while they were going up.
Well,
yeah, but
I don't think you fell asleep within.
Yeah, we didn't have a chance to fall asleep.
Well, we could still be sleeping though.
No, you're not sleeping.
Right, let them deal with it.
So
they got to get back to us to wake up Daijin while the rest of us keep sleeping.
So it's another round. So
flying out of there on my staff. By the way, it has 100 speed.
Oh, okay. You have that. Yeah, I buy that you have your staff with you. But you're casting mage armor on yourself, and you're sliding him off. And while you're doing that, they get a shoot with the other ballista. This is against you, human chap. Are you kidding? Holy crap. No, that's not a natural 19. Okay. It's not. This thing, it does damage, human chap. This thing sails.
My armor class would be 13.
Yeah, it hits you.
Yeah.
But it doesn't impale you, is what I'm saying. This thing almost impales you. It scrapes against your ribs, hurts like hell, does 10 points of damage, and it just sails past and into the ground without impaling you. Are you, with this next round, is anybody binding, are you binding your wounds or doing anything regarding to the wounds the big hole in your midsection?
I'm trying to see spells. Not a whole lot of healing stuff.
At the very least, if you don't take this round to bind it, you're going to take more damage. But that's also going to take an additional round to stop. I mean, human chap can even help you with that, but you're gonna take another round to kind of, get the material to kind of wrap it up, and you got to do a medicine roll of 10 or better. So, do you want to just deal with that later and just get on that broom and get the hell out of there, back to the tree line? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not seeing any type of healing. He's not a healer guy.
Okay. So you get on, the other one fires, it hits as you're getting on, and you fly off.
Any potions in my head?
Hassan, you take another 5 points of damage from just bleeding out. And you guys, you're out of there, back to the tree line. And you hear the bell. Ding, ding, like the alarm is sounding.
It's like your plan went poorly.
Well, it almost didn't go poorly. It was just adding the guy that they're looking for to the mix was almost. So you're back into the safety of the trees for now. What are you guys gonna? I mean, Hassan, he's got a big hole in him and he's bleeding. He needs help from anyone that can give it to him.
I will sure try to bind his wounds.
Oh, I'm gonna apply magical healing to him.
Okay. And that will do it too.
I have a special mission for Smarmy.
As soon as I get and reach him.
All right.
I give Smarmy, Schlarmy, and Darmy. I give them my gem and I say, go collect distilled water from the dew on the grass and take this gem and grind it up into any container you can find and come back with healing potions as much as you can.
Okay. That'll take a while. I'll have to look into that, or, I mean, if you already have.
It's pure water and like the gem dust.
There's actually a stream down around the left side that comes out of the town that they could go to for whatever water they need. And you have the gem.
They make my potions.
What kind of gem is the
gem that I found in the cave with the knife?
Oh, okay. All right. So that's magically the hole closes up. The guts don't feel like they're about to fall out of your body. So, yeah, you're not going to lose any more points, and you can add 5 more. I guess more than that.
I might have one more slot.
14.
Let me check. I'm looking.
Okay, so 14 points back. So do you want? There's also little patches of snow here and there too.
Little patches of what?
Of snow.
Okay.
Little patches.
I trust Dingish and Schmingish. They'll find a way.
Okay.
I got one more slot. I'm going to burn. And then I'll be not a first level spell this year. Yeah.
All right, that bell is still ringing. Ding, ding.
Yeah, we probably need to get the hell out of here.
Well, while he's doing that, can Daijin lay hands on him too?
Yeah.
So
I did 21.
Nice. 7 more. Let me just keep chalking this up.
So you have a herbalism kit, human chap. Yeah, you need at least 200 milliliters of liquid, distilled, and therefore pure water. A gemstone of value of 25 gold pieces, which has been ground to a fine powder. It takes a full day of work, is what it says.
Hey, if I'm not mistaken, didn't you find an actual healing potion, like a full bottle, in that little room?
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
I do have a healing potion.
Well, I have a pool of. I have 45. I can cure them, up to times 5 my level. So I'm 9th level. So I have 45 hit points I could extend. I'm just gonna heal him with 1. Take that out of my pool of healing. So that's my deal. So he's back up to 63 hit points, or 73.
Okay.
So he's pretty good.
All right. Yeah, good thing for magic. At the end of the day, not so bad, really. The bell has stopped.
We should probably prepare for any search parties coming up.
I'm not worried about defeating them because they're just humans, but it just seems kind of pointless to fight so many people. They're just townspeople doing their jobs. Should we withdraw?
Yeah, why not? I'm going to hop on.
You do hear in the distance, Ebby, you do hear it sort of echoes off the mountain walls. That does not sound human.
They've got a rock troll.
I mean, if we've decided that these guys are evil, we can take them out. If they're misguided, then that's different.
Well, he turned Thorman into a undead servant of evil.
That's true.
You are highly suspicious that the townmaster was behind stealing your guys' reward for accomplishing your mission.
No, I'm kind of determined to get back in there, and we got to do it a little more. Looks like we have to apply some stealth.
In that case, let's do an ambush. We can take out the search parties as they come to us and then weaken their forces.
Yeah, we can take out this beast they're sending after us.
Yeah, let's focus all our attacks on the beast and really scare them, and then just announce victory.
All right.
Right?
So it says it's about a day's worth of work to grind that gem. What did they have to grind the gem? These goblins of yours.
They'll use their teeth if they have to. They listen to everything I say.
Well, one of them does have that oversized metal helmet. You could try banging on it with that. So is that
rocks?
right? So their job is to grind the gem into a fine powder for you. Then you can mix it in the water and stuff.
Yes, that would be for a fresh potion. But I was reminded that we have another healing potion, so I called them back.
Okay. So, how are you guys? How long are you waiting here, doing nothing before going to sleep or doing something else? So 10 minutes go by, 15 minutes go by. If you're waiting for something else to happen, and nothing else has happened, as far as
we definitely need to rest then.
So they didn't send anyone out after us?
Well, 15 minutes in, no, not yet.
Okay, then we could rest. I don't need to rest.
Mm-hmm.
There's someone needs to rest.
Who else
Oh shit!
Who else doesn't have all their hit points?
I'm missing 10.
Yeah.
But I would get it back after a rest.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You guys get everything back after a long rest.
Okay.
Including Hassan. With my own homebrewed version, if he didn't have any kind of magic healing, I would have not allowed him the full recovery, but since he has, it's all good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna pick out some different spells for the day.
Okay. Are you guys taking watches?
I'm happy to watch the whole time. I'm at full health and full everything. So if everyone else wants to rest, I can watch.
And you don't.
I just want to look around for some small animal to take with me.
All right. Yeah, do a survival roll for that. Are you looking for like a squirrel or some small kind of...
Even a rat or a large spider would do it.
Insects? Okay. Well, like any insect? Like just even a small spider or like a... Oh, well.
I get whatever I want.
What do you
I rolled
want?
a 20.
You see lots of things you can choose from. You got
something just to put something yay big I can stuff in my bag still alive and trap it in there.
You found a spider, no problem. Okay. Okay.
Rats. I think rats are ideal.
All right, you find a rat. With a 23, you find whatever you feel like. So you find a rat. But where do you put that rat?
I've got a little pouch that I use. They'll just seal it in there.
All right. You notice that on occasion you hear this rat going, like
as it would.
Making noises. Okay. All right, so Heavy's going to be up. You guys are going to rest unless something happens. You're going to rest through the night.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I don't know what I could do, but I assume I know some medicine because I have a high medicine points. Could I just help Hassan however I can to heal him?
Well, he's good. With the healing bell,
fully good.
Yeah, any permanent internal damage, any real damage was sewn back together with the spell, and then just the natural healing process of recovering during the night has brought him back to full health. He's good. Yep. And yeah, for those of you who sleep, it's 1 minute you're asleep, and the next you're awake in the day, except for Hassan, who has at some point starts having this terrible nightmare with these dragons flying around towards him, and he hears this voice reaching into his mind. You're mine. Hassan, you are going to have to do your charisma roll for the day to maintain control. You see.
All right.
You need a 15 or better.
Okay, saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll give him guidance.
Oh, nice. God, he has a +8. And with your guidance, what was that, another 1 to 4? Or
1 to 4, yeah.
Doesn't matter, yeah. And then Hassan, you're like, no! You wake up, sweating, but the voices are gone. You're in control. And it is the morning. The town is quiet.
So that's just a voice. I'm not seeing anything, any images.
You were.
When
your mind it starts with your mind being pulled into a swirling red mist, a sense of vertigo and darkness closing in around you. Then dreamlike hallucinogenic visions rush through your mind like a kaleidoscope. And then, you see a collection of wizards, some robed in white, others in black, and a third group in red, standing in a circle in a round antechamber of a great tower, chanting over a hoard of treasure. A beautiful dark-haired woman in flowing black robes with exposed pale breasts appears, floating down from above. The vision shifts. Then she is a many-headed dragon, the most famous of all, Tiamat. The wizards chant, exerting their force of will. The next image you see is the dragon orbs in the swirling mists, and you can see yourself within it. But you can also feel the presence of another, a warrior king of a magnificent palace built on the edge of a chasm on top of a mountain overlooking the lands of the west. So, the spirit of that, the ruler of that palace. There's more, but that's probably enough for now.
Yeah.
Hey Meryl, I don't know, you might be able to read more into some of that imagery as someone who's read, Forgotten Realms books.
Oh, okay.
As far as like the different colored robed wizards go.
Oh,
the red.
Oh, the red,
black.
red wizards of Fae.
Yeah, there's the black robes and the red robes. Of course, you don't know any of this though. This is all just for Hassan.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go.
All right, I picked out a couple spells I wanted to memorize. I can't quite all work on getting them.
Yeah. So you kind of have to do that for Hassan too, Andy. If you just want to have him keep the same spells, you can do that. But if you want to click on any different ones for the day, you can. It's up to you. And then human chap, you get that same opportunity to pick your spells. All right, so it's the next day. Oh, and that means no more forest at night sounds.
So I have a
We got
spell that could get us all in there, inside the walls. I have a spell called Pass Without Trace.
Okay.
And but we would have to find kind of a way into, try to get through the gate or like a back entrance but anyway, I'm just spitballing right now.
A veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you has a plus 10 bonus of dexterity and stealth and can't be tracked. Interesting. All right. Well, as you're thinking about this, you start to hear some human activity to the right, and you hear the sounds of horses pulling a wagon.
Can I go and investigate stealthily?
With this Pass Without Trace cast on you?
No, I'm just going to use a straight stealth roll.
And you still can...
I'm not going to do a spell slot until...
Right, and
we have a firm plan.
Using the cover of the trees?
Yeah.
Okay. To get over towards the sound, you can give yourself a bonus of +3 if you're staying within the tree line. And
okay.
Go ahead and do your stealth roll. And
I'll give myself guidance as well, so that would be...
They're not looking for you, so it's like 10 or...
Oh, I might need it.
All right, so
3, that would be 11.
Oh, 11?
And then...
Right, if you beat a 10...
And then plus 1 to 4.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, you see a covered wagon. There's a couple of guards walking along the side, on either side of it. And it's
kind of in the same garb as the guards within Ashford.
Yeah, and there's a wagon that's filled with chopped wood, and then there's someone pulling the wagon. Well, who's on the wagon that's being pulled by 2 horses.
Okay. Going towards
the front gate.
Oh, okay. I'm going to turn into use my shape shifting ability, and I guess I can't fly. Turn to a little squirrel.
Okay.
And then I'll climb a tree. Is the cart going to be going under a tree at all, or?
Yeah, it's getting ready to clear that tree line out into that open area.
I'll climb a tree real quick and then drop onto the wagon. I'm going to lose myself inside the wood.
Yeah. Let's see.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, no one, neither of the guards walking on either side seem to notice or care. So.
Okay, yeah, I'll just camouflage myself. Is it firewood?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Then I'll go inside the city or the town.
All right. What about the rest of you? Thorian disappears, and you can hear the sound of the wagon, and eventually you can see the wagon as it is pulled along out into the several hundred feet worth of plain between the forest and the front gate, making its way to the gate. It's moving pretty slowly, so 30 feet per round or so.
So, what you guys could do is attack the wagon and then dress up like the guards and get in. Might be a option.
It's a covered wagon, right?
It's not covered. It's
not covered.
No, it's just full of firewood.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The bed. It's about a 5 by 7 foot bed. Okay.
Once I get in, I can find an alternate route.
Yeah, but the rest of the group doesn't know any of this, so they just see this.
Yeah.
They just see this wagon moving slowly towards the front gate. You just watch.
Yeah, I'm not. Don's got PTSD. He ain't going near that front gate.
All right, it's going to take a couple minutes to get there. If you're just sitting and watching, you just watch it kind of ease up. Very distantly, you can hear the shouting, some kind of shouting of the guard. And it stops, and then you hear another growl, and the gates open, and this huge stone giant lumbers out, and comes out and looks around. Thorian, I don't know. You're buried down in there. You can't see anything, but you hear the guards saying, "Holy shit! What the hell's going on here?" And then you hear the guards up in the tower. That party, they tried to return last night. We showed them what's for, and we sent them running. But the townmeister's prepared the inside in case they try to come back. Get in quickly. And not only did the stone giant kind of step out there with a big club, but about 10 men flooded out as well. And they're all on guard. They're all looking around. Are you guys you're a couple hundred feet away. When you see this happening, are you trying to hide, or you're just behind the tree line? What's your reaction?
Yeah, I guess hiding behind the tree. I want to say I'm going with this, hey, over here. But
yeah.
No, we should be hiding, right?
Yeah, we're just standing.
Hiding. Okay. All right.
We got to find a different way in.
Okay.
Yeah, Hassan is back petting the drake, making sure it doesn't act up.
Oh, all right. Maybe having the drake a little farther back in, since it's kind of big.
Further back.
Okay. So yeah, they're all on guard. All the guards have, what do they have? They have spears. The stone giant has a very big tree trunk of a club, and you hear the voice say, "Back inside, quickly!" And the wagon rolls in, and they pull those big heavy doors closed, and you hear a big heavy bar slide in on the inside. And Thorian, you are in. All right. So unless the rest of you guys are doing anything, Thorian,
I got some plans.
The wagon continues up the cobbled street. You can hear the click clopping of the hooves. You can hear the town, the morning sounds of the blacksmith banging on stuff, and occasional voices.
And the first moment. Oh gosh!
Some children, playing around.
Human chap would also like to sneak in.
Oh, okay. What's human chap doing while this is going on?
He is just going to walk up as a slightly different himself.
You make yourself, including your clothing, armor,
Lumen Hap.
look different. All right. How does this human hap? Is that what you said? How do you look? What do you describe to me how this new version of yourself looks?
His robe is a different color.
Oh,
His
okay.
hat is taller. He's taller. No, he's shorter.
Taller is like, what is he, 14 feet tall?
It's another giant. Fire the ballista.
The stone giant looks up at the human cap or whatever.
Just a human.
He's dressed in
You can seem a foot.
red and like,
You can seem a foot shorter.
yeah, just different appearance.
You're like 9 feet tall, so you're still freakishly tall at 8 feet. So you're not that much shorter, and you're still wearing a hat. How are you going?
I can. Okay.
Are you still carrying a staff?
Yeah.
I mean, all they saw was kind of like you far away, and out they saw this big, tall guy with a tall hat and a staff. Is what they saw. So you got to tell me how much different you're going to look.
I can make them. Yeah, make the staff into a cane.
You can?
Give myself a little hunch.
Oh.
Yeah, I can
okay.
change its appearance.
Oh, really?
So you look
And my
like-
face, completely different face.
Okay. And are you still wearing a hat or no hat?
And
Or?
sure, but not the same.
All right. What about you? Still have a beard? No beard?
Shorter beard. Yeah. Shorter and darker.
Okay. So you're gonna do that to yourself. You're gonna walk up to the front gate, right?
Yep.
Okay. Goblins are like, "Yes, where are you going? Where are we going?"
Don't worry about it.
All right. So you tell them to stay put.
Yes.
Okay. And you say they start to squabble amongst themselves, and one of them says, "He's mad at us because you didn't lie for him good. You told him about the gold, you idiot." And they start. There's like punches going back and forth. All right. So you walk up. When you're within about the same distance you were before, you hear that voice say, "Halt!
Said, is this Ashford?
Who are you? Stay your business." And he's like, "Is he?" And you hear another one saying, "Is that a wizard?" He's like, "I'm not sure." It's like, "Is that the same guy? I don't know. He looks a little different. Are you a wizard?" The voice calls out to you.
No, just a traveler.
"What business do you have here? The town is on lockdown.
At the rest stop.
Unless you have
To
credentials."
be frank, I'm
No, the town is on lockdown.
I'm tired.
Unless you have credentials, you'll have to move on.
really. Can you be nice?
We have our orders. Get going
Right.
now. And you hear the gears start to
He
turn.
waddles away and he goes like that.
Like, okay.
Aww.
And then you hear another voice as you're leaving like that. It says, "You didn't have to be so hard on the guy.
You made him cry.
He's like an old man." He's like, "We have our orders, you idiot." You hear the other guy say, "Man, the town master can be a dick." You actually hear one of the guys say that. And another guy says, "I'll pretend I didn't hear that." Okay.
Act like you're having a heart attack or a seizure, Schumann Hap, or whatever your name is.
Human Hap walks into the woods, just waddles back to himself.
I'm back in another disguise now.
Okay.
You got 1 hour. You're stuck looking like that for a whole hour now.
All right. Back to Thorian. Eventually, are you trying to peer out every once in a while, or are you just staying nestled down in there?
No, if the firewood cart goes close to like some barrels or some sort of cover,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to jump out of
Or you're
the
gonna
wagon.
you want to jump out, so you're going to be out kind of looking around a little bit, so you just to see some.
Well, I'm not out looking around. I'm trying to, as stealthy as a squirrel can be,
Squirrel.
And I have really big nuts. Is that
Okay. Oh, one of the guards actually noticed.
is Uskapru?
Oh, well,
You read my mind, Thorian.
you might not want to be that squirrel around Usk, but
That's right. I'll pack my nuts in.
all right. So one of the guards notices you, Thorian, and he's like, "Hey there, little fella."
I'll run the other
And
way.
he puts his hand out to you with a little piece of some kind of hardtack or something he's got.
No, I'll just run.
What's this guy's name?
Yeah.
His name is Tim, the squirrel molester.
Yeah, run the other way.
Get out of there, Thorian!
Those are some mighty big nuts you have there, little fella.
Run!
Come on over here. Okay, so how do you run?
I got candy.
You jump out of the thing, or?
Oh, no, I run through all the wood
Oh,
crevices and...
okay. But when you're out there, you notice...
just make it very hard for him to even get out.
All right, you notice buildings on either side of the town, and you notice there's that stream cuts in front of the keep, and
Okay.
and the base of the hill leading up to the keep, there's a little bridge, and so you dive back down and you're about to cross the bridge, and then you hear it going over the wooden beams of that little bridge, and you saw the keep, so you know you're heading to the keep. And then the road sort of winds up to the keep itself. So if you just continue on that, eventually you get there, and the guards sort of identify themselves to the guards on the keep. They're back here with firewood for their lord, and you hear like the big doors to the keep open up, and you hear the thing gets pulled into the inner courtyard, and you hear the townmeister's voice. You hear him say, take it into the tower."
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go into the tower with the wood.
Okay.
That's where they're taking the cart.
Yep.
Okay.
It gets pulled in there. It's more of like a big sliding door opens up, and
Sliding door?
yeah,
Okay.
and then you're pulled inside. It's like a barn-like structure outside of the tower.
Oh, okay,
And,
gotcha.
and then you're pulled all the way back into the tower itself, and the horses are unleashed. They're pulled back into the barn area where there's like stalls and stuff. You could hear other horses in there. Another large door to that tower closes, and you're in this big tower, empty tower.
Okay, I'm going to do a lot of recon around the tower.
Okay. Yeah, there's no other than there's the one exit to the tower, and there used to be maybe stairs and landings on the inside of the tower. They're all dilapidated, and because there's windows, there's a couple little windows, and there's what you notice is all kinds of bones strewn about, animal bones mostly, all over this place.
These squirrel bones.
There's a big smelly pit off in the right corner.
Okay, I'll peek over the pit because my curiosity makes me do so.
It looks like what you see in a porta potty after it's been sitting there after a big concert.
Ugh.
But it's a very large version of that. I mean, the pit itself is like 10 by 10 feet wide. And you notice in the middle, there's these very large, heavy chains with enormous shackles. But nobody in them currently.
Oh, okay. Do I see the actual kind of like tower palace or whatever
No, you just
townmeister?
No, you just see you're in this tower that's sort of dilapidated. The structure itself is firm. There's one large door exiting to the barn-like structure, and there's a couple of windows, but with landings that are mostly fallen apart and stairs that are mostly fallen apart.
Okay.
There's a lot of straw, and it smells very bad in here.
Yeah, I'm going to exit this building.
How?
Oh, like if I can fit underneath of a door or through a open window.
The closest window is about 20 feet high.
Okay, is there? I should be able to climb up any wooden post or.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's very fallen apart. You could do a what are you? You're a squirrel.
Yeah, it's just a normal like.
What are they? They're probably pretty good at climbing trees and stuff.
Oregon silver squirrel.
Yeah, you could probably climb up to that window. Do we have any stats on a squirrel that we could look up as far as what their dexterity
Give me a
is?
moment, I could probably find something.
Meanwhile, Thorian's been gone now for an hour. What are you guys doing during this hour?
Oh, I gotta see how long my
yeah.
shapeshifter.
Yeah.
I'm masturbating with the help of what's his name's head, the guy whose head I cut off last episode.
Good Lord. All right.
What was his name, Dungeon Master?
Renil.
I'm using his head.
Nice. How about the
Hassan, where are you?
I'm back with the Drake. You know, I'm afraid to fly that Drake over that town now because I see that crossbow that impaled me. That's definitely a Game of Thrones dragon shooting thing. I don't want to get my Drake shot. So I'm laying back the Drake. That's what Hassan's doing.
Right.
I'm done. And I would like to seek out a different way in, like around the stream. I want to do that myself. If anybody wants to join me, that's fine. But
okay,
that's what I want to do.
All right. So while this hour has passed, you're heading down, staying behind the trees as much as possible to get with that. You're not in sight of the tower, and then you're gonna break out of that. Or actually, you could stay within the tree line and get to the stream, and still be behind the tree line. Actually, if that's what you're doing.
Yeah. Is there a better picture of, image that we could be using? Because we just got forest. We don't have boat now. We don't have anything. We don't have the stream.
Jeez. The expectations. I've got to have a map for everything. That's only when something horrible is going to happen. If I don't have a map for you to be on, then that's like, things are going to be okay.
Well, that's good to know, I guess. Shit, when we have a detailed map, we know somebody's going to die.
Right, unless I pull a fast one on you and change it up. But no, I don't have that. But you go along the forest.
I was just asking. I'm totally happy with what we have.
The theater of the imagination.
Yes, I could use that. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
All right, cool. So I want to go along the tree line and up the stream, looking for an entrance through maybe some kind of way,
all right,
other way into the Hope Now.
Okay, so
or not Hope Now. I'm sorry, Ashford.
Is anyone joining Usk?
Rainel's head.
Okay.
I'm going to meditate and wait for Thorian to return.
You want to borrow Rainel's head, Heavy?
I do not.
To meditate. To meditate. Sorry, I had to make sure the camera was on me.
Not that other thing. Meditate. I got you. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So no one's going with Usk?
I'll join him. Daijin will join him.
Okay.
Why not?
So you get to the stream. You can follow along the stream. The stream itself, I mean, it's, we're talking anywhere from 5 to 10 feet wide at any given point. It's flowing not super rapidly. It's not super deep, maybe 3 feet deep. It's going to be very cold. And it varies in depth too from point to point. It's not something you could comfortably travel in, it'd also be very difficult. But are you going to, there's also, intermittently there's reeds growing along the sides that if you wanted to use for some kind of cover, you could attempt to do so. So how are you? Are you doing? Okay, so you're.
It's basically what we're doing. We're following the stream upstream on the sides. We're using whatever cover we can: trees, reeds. Bushes, reeds. But we're not going in the stream until we see where it's coming out from the city of Ashford.
Okay. All right. You guys both need to roll stealth.
Oh shit!
Then heavy armor. It says Daijin, heavy armor.
Do we bump into each other?
He rolls a natural one. So, yeah, your armor's clanking along. At one point, you're on the other side, you're looking at you're like, damn, that Daijin is like loud. And you look over him just as a sun glints off his armor and half blinds you in the face.
I'm ringing bells as I'm going.
And as you're getting closer, you hear a voice over the side of the wall saying, "Hey, what is it? You see that over there? That gleam, that distance. I saw something. Come over."
Well, I call bullshit because we have not polished our armor in months.
Oh,
It's pretty great.
Oh, shit. You going to take that, Dungeon Master?
No, well, I remember.
Mine's covered in blood.
No, but I remember making a point saying you guys clean off your armor and
You said
sharpen your weapons.
You said you could do that. You could wash it off in the stream in the water where Joseph the Greatest
I said you did.
got devoured.
I said you did, and nobody stopped me.
Yeah, I didn't take that. I like being covered in blood and shit.
All right, so what do you do? What is your reaction? You hear this? Like, are you?
I go prone, and I tell Daijin, go prone.
We drop and try and hide.
And we go motionless.
All right. Do another stealth roll.
No stealthy. Okay, here we go. Come on, bitch. Oh, come on, Daijin. What the fuck?
Wait a minute. This is
all right.
something.
All right.
Oh, Jesus
So
Christ.
Daijin, you're like, get down after that huge gleam, and then Daijin's like, oh shit, and he like slips, and he hits a run.
I'm sorry, Dungeon Master. I'm sorry. Daijin stands there, looks around. Oh? He looks at me, drop prone into the reeds, and he goes, what?
And then as he's doing that, they're like, yeah, look, right there. And then Daijin drops and makes a loud noise. And then it's like,
Here comes the javelin.
And then you hear a voice that's like, who goes there? Right, show yourself. We can already see you.
We have to stay quiet and silent and not move. But what I really want to do is hold up Raynill's head and say, it's just me. I'm going to drown. I lost my way.
I have a vampire skull on my javelin. I can hold that up too. I can hold the vampire skull. We can have a conversation. It's just us guys.
Shit, it's a couple of heads. One's lost all of its flesh, and the other one is filled with half orc. I'm sorry, Joe.
Oh my god! All right, okay. Let's see here.
We are trying to be as unseen as possible, right?
Right. I don't even want to engage. Maybe they just think we're like vagrants or something. Because they're in an advantageous position, so I just want to not even answer, not engage. Even if they see us, still hiding.
Okay.
We have to hope that they forget that we are there, like that it was a figment of their imagination.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. You know what? I have the dumbest cantrip Daijin does. Let me see. It's those dancing lights. Let me see. What's the range?
Oh yeah, I think you get that as a drow.
Yeah. I never used it. Yeah, 120 feet. So they're like less than 120 feet away, right?
Yeah, no, at this point, they're about 100 feet away.
So, yeah, I can, I'll put it in the chat, but I'm sure you guys probably know this. It's just throw these, I'm going to throw these glowing orbs like in front of their faces.
Do you want to wait? Do you want to wait, Daijin, to use that in case they go?
Just distract them from us. It's not that, and if I want to use it again, I can. It's a cantrip. I can keep using it.
All right,
all right.
So, you're going. I mean, they know they're looking right at you. So I don't know. It takes some kind of spell gesture, but you're gonna make the lights like dance in front of their face or something, or.
Yeah, so if they're on some type of perch, whatever, I'm going to have just a light humanoid stand behind them or just behind them, so they have to turn and look at the thing that's standing behind them.
How far away are we?
You're going to make it
from the wall?
About 100 feet. So you're gonna make a form behind them.
Oh shit!
You're gonna make a form behind.
Well, yeah,
them.
just behind them, so they would turn and look at it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Put it in front of them.
All right. So you're making a humanoid shape, like a glowing humanoid shape. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Is it male, female, or neither?
Female.
All right.
If they're two men.
All right.
What if they're gay?
Do you have to set gender roles? I mean, come on.
Yeah, right?
Sorry.
No, I expect it from him.
I didn't. Yeah, right. I assume there's only two, but you're right. Okay. So, yeah, okay, you form this thing behind them and stay. All right, one of those like, what is that? Magic! And one of them, you hear, he's got a spear. Are you watching? Are you just diving? Well, I think you have to have, do you have to have line of sight on this? I'm assuming you're watching this. You're casting where you want it to go. So you're up, you're looking. One of them turns, he's like, starts stabbing at it with his spear. The other one has a bow.
What an idiot.
Well, the other one has a bow, and he looks back at your direction, and he sees you. Right, we're going to have to, how much time? We got a little bit of time here. We're going to go into turn order. Go ahead and roll your initiative, Usk, and then also Daijin.
Why isn't this, okay, hold on.
6, okay. Matched with the guards. We also have 6. So, Usk, you watch this going down. You can see the one stabbing at this light female form with a spear, and then the other one's turning and looking at Daijin, and it's starting to notch an arrow and pull back on the bow. They are covered, by the way. There's like wooden holes sharpened at the top, and he's wedged between two of those, pulling the bow.
So the lighting is not doing anything.
It is. It's distracting one of them, and the other one is looking at.
Yeah, the other one is looking right at Daijin.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use my Scimitar of Stormy Seas. I'm going to have to, and I'm going to try to lightning bolt these motherfuckers off of the fucking wall. They're 100 feet away, though?
Yes.
Christ.
You could move up to... Your movement is 30. You can still move up to 30, maybe 40 feet. You'd have to look and get yourself closer and still attack if you're not close enough. But hopefully I put the range of your attack in there. I hope.
Yeah, it's up to 80 feet.
Okay, so yeah, you can move.
So all I got to do is run 20 feet up. Yep. And, I have no idea where we are on the map, so I won't even bother with that.
Oh, I hear that. I hear that disc. I just can't appreciate what's there.
I'm just saying. So I run 20 feet, so I'm not going to bother moving my character. I run up 20 feet, and I use my Scimitar of the Stormy Seas. Charge it up as I'm running.
Do it.
And kabang! I'm going to shoot lightning at that motherfucker, especially the one who is using the aiming at my good buddy Daijin, but also at the guy who's stabbing at the light lady.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't.
All right.
Oh, shit. Wow. Oh, shit!
And that's how it works. Is that just like a hit with your sword? Because what is that?
That's like throwing down lightning, baby.
I know. Don't they have
I threw fucking lightning down on him.
But don't they have to make a save, like a dex save? Isn't that what it says in the description?
Actually, what it says in the description is, if I use the Scimitar of the Stormy Seas, they have no choice but to accept the lightning and kiss their...
No. Tell me what it says.
Goodbye. Yeah, that's what you wrote.
Hurry, just tell me, so I don't have to open
I'm sorry. Constitution save. What is the saving throw to become incapacitated to the end of the next turn? DC 15.
Okay. I don't know why I put Constitution save. They're trying to avoid the lightning.
Any creature or person struck by the charged blade takes an additional 1d6 plus 3 lightning damage.
All right. Okay, that might, because your sword itself also does. Your sword does. I'm opening it up. All right, spells.
I'm gonna do 1d6 just in case.
Struck by the charge, the creature must succeed on a Constitution or be incapacitated. Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah, but these are just two men.
Call lightning. Oh, call lightning. Here you go. Dexterity save of 15 or more. Or they take 3 to 10 damage. Okay, so actually roll 3d10. That's the damage.
Oh, I'm so sorry. 3d10.
That's the damage that your electricity is going to do. Depending on how much it is, they don't even need to make a save because they don't have a lot of hit points. So,
gotcha. Okay, so that's D10 and then the number 3.
You just go to the die roller and you go to
right.
D10 and then 3 because you're going to roll 3 of those things. There you go. 24. Okay, so they could make a save and it wouldn't matter. They take half if they make a save, and they're still dead. So you call down that lightning. They go, ah! And
Do I get to see their black skeleton like an X-ray, like Bugs Bunny when he gets hit?
Nope, but it's not a cartoon universe, but they're dead, and one of them falls off onto the ground on the outside. The other one falls behind the wall. So as far as you can tell, he's dead.
Shit! Why did he fall into fucking Ashford, man? Why did you make him fall that way?
Well, I just rolled. I just 50-50 chance.
God damn it!
Well, I mean,
all right, Dutchin, hurry up! We gotta go. Let's go. We get up and we start running toward the river where there's an opening under. Right? There's got to be an opening under the wall.
And you hear heavy footsteps, very heavy footsteps.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Fucking shit!
You're about 5 minutes away from the group in the party, and you can't see. You hear the footsteps, but they're getting farther away from you in Daijin. But how are you getting back to your group? Are you just running?
We're not going back to the group. We're going to the fucking opening under the wall where the river is coming from.
Oh, wait a minute. We saw the opening, correct?
The opening?
We saw the opening?
And the water, so there's like, you can't tell. There's the wall and then the stream kind of goes through. It looks like it just goes underneath, but so... Yeah.
So I'm assuming there's like a 3-foot opening, but we have to go underwater to get under the wall.
You can investigate that.
Let's tell everybody else that, because we killed the guards. Let's grab everybody else and let's all go.
But how far away from our group are we?
5 minutes. 5 minutes walking, 2.5 minutes running.
One of the guards fell over into Ashford. The other one fell over to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I mean, we have to act now.
By the time you get his balls off, I'll have run back to our crew.
Quit reading my mind, Daijin. Jesus.
So let me do that.
All right, you guys. So the real time's passing as you guys are discussing this.
I'm running. I'm gonna go. You go back. You warn them. I'm going in. Yeah. I'm going into fucking Ashford, and I'm gonna get that guy who fell over the wall. I'm gonna throw him into the river so he goes out.
All right, you guys.
That's my plan.
That's the other side of the fence to get him. All right, so I'm gonna go back and get
the rest of your party. The rest of your party, you guys hear the footsteps getting louder, and then all of a sudden, those big doors burst open. And the stone giant, or the hill giant, the big hill giant, kind of charges out there. Was I saying stone giant the whole time? I meant hill giant. Big, but a big hill giant. Comes out through that front entrance with 12 guys on horses.
Opposed to the small ones that are around?
Yeah, well, they vary. This is on the bigger side for a hill giant. It comes out through that door. It starts running and the horses are galloping. They can barely keep up, and it's charging towards the direction that Daijin and Usk went. And so, have you decided during this time what you're doing? You were arguing, but then what happened? Daijin, you just started running back. How are you running back?
Where the rest of the party, to the rest of our party was.
Are you going the shortest way possible, which is across the open field to beeline straight to them, or are you backtracking into the forest and then going back through the forest line, which will also take a little
I'm going to stay hidden in case anybody else from the town wall sees, so I'm not going to be running where I can be spotted.
And Usk, you were moving forward to the wall.
Yes, I am going forward. I want to rip the guy's balls off real quick and then go under the stream and under the wall into Ashford.
So you are going to stop. Wait, you get to that wall. You're running, right? So that takes a little over a round. By the second round, you're at the wall.
Yes.
The water's going under there. You see the body maybe 10 feet off from that. So you're going to go as you're thinking about the entrance and how to get there, and you're thinking about that guy who fell off the wall and your trophy that you want, you start to hear the footsteps getting louder again.
Fuck!
So you still want to do that action, or do you want to do something else? You want to just go dive into the water?
I need to get that guy's balls.
You have to get them? Okay.
I have to get the balls.
That'll be the peak. It's 10 feet. It's going to take you 2 rounds to be able to get there, get the trophy, and then get back. You got to go unscrew your mason jar.
I'm not going to unscrew. I just got to do a quick, ugly.
Okay, but
I just got to do a quick and ugly, grab his balls, rip them off, put them in my fucking pocket or pouch or whatever I got open it, or keep them in my hand, and then I want to run into the stream, hold my breath, and go under the wall. That's what I want to do.
As you're running back to the stream and you're just like on the cusp of jumping into the water, I'm going to do 19. Okay. So, again, you've made it back to the tree line. You're behind the trees. You hear these things getting louder and louder, and before us does, you see booking around that corner, you see this stone giant like full on running, like
hill giant, right?
Yeah, and then followed by 10 cavalry that are like galloping behind them. And
maybe it's a stoned hill giant.
And they're a little more armored up than the guards, and they have lances, and they're charging. And you're about to jump in the water, and as that hill giant's coming around the corner, and your eyes actually meet. Do you jump into the water at this point and dive in? Is that what you continue that action, or do you want to do something else?
You're talking to me.
Yes.
Yes, I want to dive into that water and swim upstream as fast as I fucking can.
All right, when you dive into the water and you go, and we'll quit right here. You go under the water and you look, and then there's a heavy metal grill the entrance to the thing, and we'll have to leave it at that. Fuck! And even above through the water, you can hear them getting closer.
So did the rest of the party hear?
No,
they heard this giant
you
come
guys
out.
aren't saying anything, but you watched all this happen. You just watched this giant hill giant come out with 10 cavalry, and within a matter of seconds, they're like running along the wall. So they're a couple hundred feet away from you, and they're running. And if you want to backtrack a little bit and say that you go chase after them, or you want to do something, you just want to hold to see what happens. It's up to you. Give it some time. You got a week to think about it. And we'll see you all next time.
Have a great birthday pizza dinner, Denton.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday.
Have a good one.
Okay, bye-bye.
Adios.